Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope you all are doing great. This video is in continuation with the previous video on generalized method of movement. So do watch that video before watching this one. The link for the previous video is attached in the description box also. Alright, so let's get started. So in this video, I shall explain what is the difference GMM and what is system GMM and how to decide between these two types of generalized method of movement models. Okay, so two new advancements in GMM. The first one was proposed by Arellano Bond in 1991 and the second one is system GMM proposed by Arellano and Bower in 1995 and Blundell and Bond in 1998. Okay, so let's understand the difference between the two. So the GMM model is transformed by transforming all the regressors usually by differencing, and hence it is called the first difference. Okay, so the difference GMM deals with endogeneity by transforming all the regressors usually by first differencing, and thus it also removes the fixed difference. But the first difference transformation has a weakness that differencing will magnify the gap if you are dealing with an unbalanced panel data. Okay. Now the system GMM deals with endogeneity by introducing more instruments which dramatically improves the efficiency of the model, and it transforms the instrument to make them uncorrelated with the fixed effect. And lastly, orthogonal deviations are used to deal with endogeneity. Now, what does that mean? This means that instead of differencing like in first difference, wherein the previous observation is subtracted from the contemporaneous one, the system GMM subtracts the average of all the future available observations of a variable. This is how the modeling works. Okay, so only the value for large observation is not calculated, and thus it also minimizes the loss of data, which is the problem when we are dealing with difference GMM. I'll show you an example how the difference GMM and system GMM observations are calculated. Okay, suppose we have the usual GMM equation. Now, how the software converts the observation when you are proceeding with difference GMM and how does it work when you are proceeding with system GMM. Let's have a look on this example. Suppose you have a number of 5 observations. This is just a random example wherein I'm just explaining the difference between difference GMM and system GMM and how the observations are calculated. Okay. So suppose you have a list of observations. The total number of observations are 5. So it is 100, 120, 130, 150 and 160. Okay. So differencing is very simple, that you subtract the previous observation from the contemporaneous one. Okay. So you can't calculate the first observation, right? And for the second observation, it will be 100 is subtracted from 120, so it's 20. Then 120 is subtracted from 130, so it is 10. Then 130 is subtracted from 150, so it is 20. And then 150 is subtracted from 160, so it's 10. So this is how the observations are calculated if you are using the difference GMM. Okay, and this is basically first difference. Okay, now in case of system GMM, the system GMM subtracts the average of all the future available observations. Okay, so the first observation would be calculated as follows. So, to obtain the first observation, what you have to do, you have to subtract 100 from the average of all the future observations. So, you need to take the average of 120, 130, 150, and 160 and subtract 100 from that value. So, it will be 40, right? Now, to obtain the second observation, you need to subtract 120 from the average of 130, 150, and 160. So, that will be 26.67. For the third observation, again you have to follow the same procedure. Subtract 130 from the average of 150 and 160 And lastly, for the next observation, subtract. So it would be simple. Subtract 150 from 160 because there is only one observation, right? And as I said before, only the value for last observation is not calculated because there are no future observations available. Okay, but still it minimizes the loss of data because suppose you are dealing with an unbalanced data set. So you can take the average of all the available future observations. But in case of difference GMM, if the next observation is not available, you can't do the difference, right? So I hope you are getting my point. So this is how the observations are calculated in the software. So depends upon difference GMM and system GMM, and this is how both these techniques deals or controls the endogeneity problem. Okay. Now the question is how to decide between difference GMM and system GMM. Okay, so Bond in 2001 proposed a rule of thumb. So initially, first of all, you have to estimate the dynamic panel model by employing pooled OLS and the least squares dummy variable approach, that is LSDV approach, which is within our fixed effects approach. Okay, so now you have two values for the same regression coefficient, right? One is obtained by pooled OLS and the other one is obtained from fixed effects. Okay, the regression coefficient for length dependent variable of the pooled OLS should be considered an upper bound estimate while the corresponding fixed effects estimate is considered a lower bound. Okay, so you have obtained two values for the same regression coefficient and you have to check the value of the regression coefficient of the length dependent variable. Okay, wherein the value of the regression coefficient of the leg-dependent variable obtained through pooled OLS is considered an upper bound and the value of the regression coefficient of the leg-dependent variable obtained through fixed effects is considered as lower bound, right? If the difference GMM estimate obtained is below the fixed effects estimate, system GMM should be preferred because the difference GMM estimate is downward biased because of its weak instrumentation and hence the system GMM should be preferred. Okay, and lastly, if variables exhibit a random walk, system GMM is preferred. So this is the criteria to decide between, or we can say the rule of thumb to decide between difference GMM and system GMM. Also, I have already uploaded a video on how to run the difference GMM model using eviews. So you can watch that video also and obtain the regression coefficient using different GMM. And I shall also upload a video on how to run the system GMM model using eviews. So do watch that video also and I have attached the link for the same in the description box. Okay. So don't forget to subscribe the channel if you haven't. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked the video. Have a great day.